Hi, welcome everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It was very hot, no rain finally. Tonight we get to talk about overcoming objections. And there's so many different areas in our business that we have to overcome. And I'm just going to go through a few, from selling the product to overcoming objections in the booking part of our business, and then overcoming the team building objections when it comes to sharing the opportunity. And then I want to wrap it up with talking about what really stops people. So you kind of already know, like, the red flags and what the warning signs are, because a lot of times it's emotions. And so we're going to talk about that at the end. Okay, good, we're recording. So the first thing that I want to talk about when overcoming the selling objections when you're at their skincare class, you never know what someone's going to say in front of the entire class. And sometimes people are out to just sabotage the hostess class, or try to sabotage you, because sometimes we deal with just really some nasty people, but not too often. And so I'm always ready and for these people. And I'm just going to give you some of my tips. First of all, when you're at a class, and people, sometimes will say stuff about the price. Here is, what I like to say. First of all, now that there are other brands out there that are just off the chain with their price point, which is crazy, our price looks really, really good. So that's one good reason for competition, is because they're in debt, they have to raise their prices, and then we just look really, really good. But sometimes when you're at a class, maybe with college students, or just busy moms that are stay-at-home moms that are on a beauty budget, when we talk about our prices, what I always like to share is when you break it down with our basic set, which is cleanser and moisturizer, which is $44. And it's going to last you, if you're normal to dry, 4 to 6 months. And if you're combination to oily, it's going to last you 6 to 8 months. And so if you divide that by 6 months, and you look at it, it's literally it's 24 cents a day for a cleanser moisturizer with Mary Kay. And that includes your cleanser. Inside your cleanser is a 3-step. It's cleanser, exfoliant, and your toner built in. And then your moisturizer. So it's really 4 things in one with those 2 products. So when you're talking about that and you're comparing price points at your skincare class, and you look at Walmart. Okay, so Walmart is like the cheapest around. And when you go and buy a Walmart cleanser off the shelf, it's just the cleanser. And it's $5, and it only lasts you 30 days. So when you multiply 30 or $5 by 6 months, that's $30. Our cleanser is only $20, and it's got your toner and your exfoliant all wrapped in. And so every other step that you need to have healthy, beautiful skin, which is 4 other steps, and if they each cost $5, and they're only each going to last you 30 days, which is what happens when you're using a product that is not quality. It takes more. Mary Kay is like a pea size. Then you're spending, in 6 months, you're spending $120 on those Walmart brands versus your $44 on your customized Mary Kay brand that you really saw results. And so that's how I nip that in the bud if somebody asks me about the upfront price. I always say, you may spend a little bit more upfront, but then in the end, you're getting a better quality product and you're getting a better value. And I break it down like that. So if you write those numbers out and you crunch them and you say it enough times, it will just spew out of your mouth at your skincare class, and boom, you just overcome a huge objection about our price point. And you can go on and on breaking down how our price is compared to other people, but that's why they get to try before they buy. You let them fall in love with the product, and then you show them the closing sets, and it's just a great product. Allergic reactions. I'm allergic to this, I'm allergic to that. We all get that at a skincare class. What I hate is that when you're at a class and somebody spews that out of their mouth in the very beginning. What I normally do is, in my mind, I label that person troublemaker. And I come at her right away, very nice. I say, okay, here's the deal. Okay, I get that you probably had an issue. Was it instant? That's what I always ask. Was your reaction instant? Because I'm allergic to shrimp, and the minute shrimp touches my tongue, I have an instant reaction. Like most people, peanuts, bumblebees, any kind of, you get it. Any kind of, it's instant. It doesn't happen 2 weeks down the road. It doesn't happen 30 days down the road. So then I get through that, settle down. She says it's instant. I say, okay, here's the deal. You put the same products, do you put the same ingredients in your chocolate cake that you do your lasagna? And she said, no. I said, okay, then there's absolutely no way that you're allergic to everything, okay? You are allergic to one thing usually, and we just need to figure that out, and then we can customize your skincare around it. And I go through the whole process that we have a really great product central that we just type in. We can figure out that one product. If you start off with just 2 products, maybe your cleanser and moisturizer, see how that works. Start off with your cleanser for 2 days, see if you have a reaction, and then add your moisturizer and see how that goes. Once you've gone through that cycle, then you can add in maybe a night solution or add in a day solution. And then what you're doing is slowly adding your steps that you need to have healthy, beautiful skin. When you finally get to a product that gives you that sensitivity, that's the product. And then we can go into our product central under ingredients and look at those top 3 ingredients of that one product that caused you a problem. And now we know what you're allergic to. So then if you want to wear Mary Kay the whole line, I type in that ingredient. It lists every product that ingredient is in, and we stay away from it for you, okay? So then what we've done is we have circled around and created a regimen that is strictly for you and that you can handle, because we now know what you're allergic to. And so just going around saying, I'm allergic to everything, is kind of silly, but you don't say that. And so once you've gone through that, what you're really doing, you're not trying to convince her. She came in trying to ruin the party, negative Nelly. What you're really doing is salvaging your other customers that are there to have fun and try a great product. And so what you can say is, I get if you don't want to try the product on your face, that's okay. But let's put it on the back of your hand and let's start from there. And so as you avoid her, you don't even talk to her, you avoid everybody, and you start talking about your products and how great they are, and you go through your presentation, what usually happens is that person will say, I want to try that. I think I'm going to be okay. It's been a long time. And they usually tell you at that point, it was 20 years ago. And boy, has our products changed since 20 years ago. I mean, Voluform wasn't even around. Botanicals wasn't around. Clearproof wasn't around. The Miracle Set was not even around. She tried a product that we no longer can even get the ingredients to make it anymore. So I can rest assured that those ingredients are not in any of our new stuff. And so I'm going through all this because you will get that a lot. And I don't want you to stand there going, what do I do? You come at her nicely and you defend your product to the core. In 16 and a half years, I think I've only had one person have a allergic reaction, and we didn't even have to put milk on it. We just took it off and she was fine, okay? That I've done a lot of faces, probably more faces than most people, and I doubt that people are going to be that allergic, okay? Now, that is how you overcome that. So once you avoid them, you make eye contact with everybody else, then they want to play and then they want to try, and they end up buying product and loving it, okay? It's just somehow, that's how women are. Another objection is, I thought Mary Kay was for old women, okay? And this can be a booking objection. Absolutely not. We have the Botanicals, which is for tweens and teens. We have the Clearproof line, which is for acne-prone skin, whether you're a teenager or an adult with acne. We are the official sponsor for the 5th season for Project Runway, which is a show that is about models, and that's our makeup artist. You can't get more millennial than that. We've also been the official sponsor of the ACM Awards and the CMA Awards. We did all the makeup for both of those awards for all the top country stars. You can't get more trendier than that. And so, no, we are not for old women. Our founder yes, started the company in 63, and yes, she's passed away. But we have evolved into, we have skincare that will take you through every season of your life. I'm saying these things because I've said these things at my skincare class, all right? I stand there with confidence at my class that I can overcome any objection that anyone throws at me. And I believe it. I know it. I've seen it play out. And so here's another objection. I thought Mary Kay was just glamour. What? We're famous for our skincare. Our entire company was founded on great skincare. Mary Kay actually wore our original skincare years before she ever started the company. Read the autobiography. First, our homework for tonight, go read her story. If you have not, that was the first thing I did when I became a consultant. I grabbed that autobiography. I could not wait to start it and finish it. It's a very easy read. I was a busy mom, and I know how hard it is to find time to read, but I finished that book in a day and a half, and I had a full-time job and 2 babies. So I know everybody can. Great read. You need to know her heart, her heartbeat, and why she started this company. You need to fall in love with her. When you fall in love with her, you will ask yourself, why does everybody not do this? This is a question that I ask myself every single day from the day I got my starter kit in. Why doesn't everybody do this? This is the greatest thing since sliced bread, all right? So, no, we're not just for old people. We're for every age type, every age group, and we're famous for our skincare. That's our bread and butter. All right, here's some booking objections, all right? Here's some things that people might say. I don't know anybody, all right? Well, that's okay. I don't need you to have 15 or 20 people at your party. I just need you to have you plus 2. You plus 2 or you plus 3, and you get stuff for free. You have a sister, a neighbor, a family friend, a neighborhood friend. Here's the deal. Here's the secret. Most women know 6 groups of women. Here's how it plays out. They have their family, okay? They have their neighborhood friends. They have their coworkers. They have their children's sports teams moms. They have their church friends, and then they have their high school friends. I could go on, but most people know those 6 groups. And so Brett Crow's mother-in-law even told us this, and she's not even in Mary Kay. She goes, I have 6 groups of friends, and she's having 3 parties for Brett in September. And so that shows you that people know that they have people, but really you just need 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3 to get it going. All right. Just, take, like Trinity said in her boot camp training, take the word party out, call it a girls' night out or a test panel, whatever you want to do. Take the word party out, and it becomes less intimidating. All right. What if they say, my house is too small? So would you have a kitchen counter? Do you have a bar? Do you have an ottoman? I have done a skincare class literally around an ottoman before. We were all on the floor. I sat on the floor today at a skincare class. All right. It doesn't matter where you do it. Even invite your home. If you're near them, you can invite your home. Or if somebody really wants to get something for free, they might have a friend. Everybody has a friend that likes to entertain. Borrow your friend's house. If somebody wants to get product for free and they're willing to work for it, they will find a way. Okay. What if they don't like to cook? Say, that's okay. I'll bring the brownies. You just get a jug of lemonade or a jug of iced tea from Publix, whatever. I'll bring the brownies. I'll bring the cupcakes, whatever you want to bring. It doesn't have to be a big spread. What if they don't have time? Well, that's okay. It just takes an hour. We can do a spa night by candlelight. No glamour, no foundation. Boom, we're in and out in an hour. We can do dash out the door. You can make it as simple and as fast. We can even do it on the go. During the holiday selling season, you can do traveling trunk shows where literally you drive up, you have your trunk decorated, really, really cute. You can get all those like LED lights that are battery operated. They're blinking. You can get a little Santa Claus playing music. You decorate your trunk with the cottony fake looking snow, and you layer your little gift sets. And everybody runs out, and you can have some cookies and have a box of, you can get a box of Joe from Dunkin' Donuts, and everybody gets a cup of coffee, everybody gets a Christmas cookie, and your traveling trunk show. They're shopping right out of your car. Nobody ever had to even enter that hostess's home, and she got credit. Guys, you can come up with any excuse not to have a party, but you as the consultant can overcome any excuse to why you can have a get together and help that person earn something for free. All right. So even if that doesn't work for her, but she still needs free product. She loves this product and she can't find, a way around all these excuses that she has. You can say, okay, here's my last chance of you being able to earn some free stuff. So I'm really working hard to make sure that you can earn some free stuff because I know you want it and you can't afford to buy it. Silent hostess. Take it around your church, take it around your work, and maybe it can be like, we've got lots of silent hostess packets. We've got eye makeup remover and a mascara. That's $30. And say if you sell 30 of these, that's $900. I'll give you 15%, in free product, or 10% in free product. And then if somebody at Christmas time, guys, if it's somebody that really needs cash, like a single mom, and she sells 30 for 30, that's $900. You can say, you know what, if you sell this, I'll give you $200 in cash. All right. Because not only you just got 30 new leads. Okay. And you can follow up, follow through, and follow through, boom. And you've helped a single mom out and you've got money in your pocket. You've got 30 new contacts. Wow. That's like having 30 people at a party and book them for their holiday glamour. Guys, this can be as big as you want. If you just got to learn to be able to spin on a dime and come up and overcome all these excuses and all these objections that your people come up with. All right, what about team building? When you start doing your career chats, you will hear me overcome. Here's the thing, and I've said this before, I'm not talking anybody into anything. I'm not talking anybody into selling. I'm not talking anybody into buying anything. I'm not talking anybody into booking. But if you tell me you want to do it, but you give me all your reasons what's stopping you, I'm going to help you overcome. I'm going to problem solve for you. That is your job. Learning how to be a goal setter, a problem solver. When you develop those skills as a consultant, you're ready for leadership. You're ready for leadership. That's the honest God truth. Because if you can lead your customers out of their issues and out of their excuses, then you'll be able to lead your team members out of their issues when they hit a brick wall. All right. It's a skill. It is a skill that you need to learn. All right. Team building. What if somebody says, I'm too shy? And you guys have heard me say this. Do you like being shy? I didn't either. As a mom, do you want your children to grow up shy? I didn't either. As a mom, you cannot teach what you do not know. And I knew I wanted my children to grow up with confidence. And boy, do they have confidence. All right, so here's the deal. I came into, and you can tell them your story. And I was so shy when I started this business that I wouldn't even stand up at my skincare classes. I would sit down, and I felt more comfortable. And eventually, when I got really comfortable with my presentation, I started standing up. See, confidence comes in the doing. Fear comes in the thinking. And so the more you do something, your confidence will come and you will overcome the whole shyness. It's all just about getting in the field and doing it. But if you don't go do it, you never overcome that. God never works inside your comfort zone. He works outside your comfort zone. That's where he shows up and shows out. And so that's how I got over my fears and my shyness. I did a lot of praying, and I just prayed for strength, for God to give me strength on every appointment. It was a year of praying at every appointment. I was sick to my stomach. But you know what? My need and my why was bigger than my fears and my lack of confidence and lack of and all of my issues. But my children, I love my children more. And I fought through my fears. And if your why is bigger, your why has to be bigger than you. All right. No time too busy. Well, here's the deal. I find that women that are busy are better managers of time. I find that stay-at-home moms who have been home for a while have lost their time management skills. And that's one of the first skills that I have to teach them, is how to overcome all these bad habits of turning on the TV every morning and watching the local news or all the morning shows. That's a bad habit. You don't get anything done. Of looking around when it's time for you to book or do some Mary Kay, and you decide to do what's in, unload the dishwasher or scrub the toilets. You have to prioritize your day. I do first things first. If I'm doing Mary Kay, I'm doing Mary Kay. If I'm being mommy, I'm being mommy. I literally schedule out and put numbers by what I'm supposed to do first, what I'm doing second, what I'm doing third. I am a micromanager of my day. I do not lose a single minute of my day. If I do, I lose money, I lose time, I get behind. It is because here's the deal. I did not come into Mary Kay with bad time management habits. I came from my corporate job into Mary Kay in becoming a stay-at-home mom. My job in the mortgage industry, I had deadlines. If I didn't get the appraisal ordered and I didn't get the credit report ordered by the time the verifications of employment and the verifications of the money came in, then the loan did not come together and people did not get closed on their home and they couldn't move in. There were days when people were at the closing in their U-Haul truck. If I had not have done everything that I was supposed to do, it was a lot of pressure. Then people were homeless, okay? I came into Mary Kay with great time management. I was very disciplined, but I know that many of you do not come into this business with good time management and good discipline. And that is a skill that you have to work on. You stay in your strength zone until you work on your weak zone. Excuse me. I promise you what you're weak at will eventually be your strengths. All right. And so if you are busy, good for you. You're going to be excellent at this business. All right. Here's another thing. I don't know anybody. We talked about that with with the booking thing. As a consultant, I knew people, but they would not help me. So I started with one aunt, and you guys know this. I sold nothing and I booked no one, so it ended right there. I started with strangers. Believe it or not, as shy as I was, I felt more comfortable around strangers. I still have some issues, some anxiety issues about booking people that I know and about going to a skincare class where I know people from my high school are. My high school is very catty, and I'm sad to say that many of those women are still the same way. That is why I don't do Facebook. I don't have time for that. I like real women of excellence, and I don't have time for drama. Many of you feel the same way. And if you have a hot list of people like that, move on. I did. Still didn't book them. Still haven't booked them, and will never book them. My life is more enriched because I don't have that in my life. I found great friendships through my Mary Kay business, through my customer base, through the director friends that I have. I love working with women of excellence. I didn't start with my coworkers either. Those were some nasty women too. And so I found that strangers didn't know that I started yesterday, Mary Kay. And so if Mary Kay always said, you go into an appointment, you don't fake knowledge, but you fake confidence. Fake it till you know it. And so if someone asked me a question that I didn't know, I would say, let me get back with you on that. And I had my little product knowledge book. We used to have a book that I would carry, and I could flip through. This is before we had all the phones and stuff. I could flip through and get that answer after the party. But I faked confidence. I was a cheerleader before, but I was shy Monday through Thursday. I was extremely shy. But come Friday, I was like Clark Kent Superman. Clark Kent was this way without his suit on, with his glasses on, but without that, with his suit on, he's Superman. I was very confident with my cheerleading outfit on. So I felt that same confidence when I went into a class and they didn't know that I just started Mary Kay last week or a month before. And so I could perform, and I became a performer and worked on my presentation. And that's how I built my business. And that's why I felt so much more confidence in other cities. And so, just it's okay that you don't know anybody. You can do facial boxes. You can do trade shows. You can do any lead generating event, car shows, craft fairs, baby expos, bridal fairs, consignment sales. I did it all. And if I was doing it in Noonan, I was Googling it in a different city. And that excited me. I could go and people didn't know that I just started Mary Kay. Like I said, my confidence grew when I was outside of my town. And part of it was my past. My mom was an alcoholic and I came from a small town. Everybody knew that my mother was a drunk. And my insecurities to this day are still deep rooted with that. And that's why it served me well. God put me in the right place at the right time because of my insecurities. I went outside of my hometown in my county, and I thrived there. That's why you have Marianne in Ohio. You have Ashley Cohen in Ohio. She was in Alabama. You have Dina in Alabama. You have Trinity in Chattanooga, Tennessee. You have South Georgia, Florida. Deborah Barney's in Florida. They're everywhere. Thank God, because I did not want to work my business in my town. I only have 40 customers in the 3 counties that surround my county. I only have 40 customers. People think because I drive a pink Cadillac that I have all the customers. No, I got outside my comfort zone. So it's okay that you know no one. It's actually a good thing. All right. So let's talk about when they say, I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? You just say, what's the worst thing that could happen if you did something like this? And you be quiet and you let them tell you. What's the best thing? And you let them tell you. And it's all going to come down to, and we talked about this last week, no money and fear of failure. All right. Fear of failure will stop you in your tracks. And here's what I'm going to tell you. I have a consultant that was a rock star, but something got in her head. She didn't have mental toughness, and something got in her head, and she cannot bring herself to come to a local meeting. She's afraid of who's there because her friends that used to be there, a couple of them have passed away, because I've been around for a long time. We had some older people, and some of them have passed away. So now she thinks that everybody, who knows, it's up here. And so mental toughness. And so the fear of failure, the fear of what people think, the fear of failure. You look down at your feet right now, and if you don't overcome what your fears are, you're going to be sitting in the same place 1 month from now, 3 months from now, a year from now, and 5 years from now. It has been 5 years since something got in her head and took her down. Y'all, she was my number 1 in sales for 4 years in a row. Part of it was she was a very successful business owner for 20 years, and her business, because of the economy, went down and she lost it, and her identity was attached to that successful business. And so I can't tell you enough, read whatever books you can to get that mental toughness so that you can deal with any obstacles that you come your way and you can fight through. That's how Satan comes at you, with all guns blazing. He's out to steal, kill, and destroy. And you know what? God put you here to succeed. Remember, he gets absolutely no glory out of you failing, but he gets all the glory out of you being successful. All right? So now, what if they say no money? Here's the deal. If you're an adult and you keep finding yourself without an extra $100, if nothing changes, nothing changes. All right? That's the definition of insanity. If a woman really wants to change her situation, she will find $100. She'll go find 10 people they'll loan her $10, or she'll rob Peter to pay Paul. She will find a way. But if a woman will not book with you to earn her products for free, or a woman will not borrow the $100 to get started, or find a way, you have to move on. All right? You just have to move on. Because if she's not willing to work for it, and she's not willing to find a way to get creative about getting it, she's not going to be a worker. And she's going to suck the life out of you. I'm just being as real as I can. All right, what about if they say it's not the right time? If there's never going to be a right time. There's never going to be a right time. Think about this scenario. Imagine yourself sitting at the end of your driveway, and you have a monitor that tells you when every light turns green from your house to the nearest Walmart. You're going to still be sitting there for a while, because it's not always going to be the perfect time to leave your driveway. That whole green light thing is never going to happen. All right? Do it now, do it now, do it now. I don't care if you've got, the most successful people I know had a full plate that made me want to my head spin. Trinity had a full plate. Mary Ann, holy cow, Mary Ann. 2 twins, 9 months pregnant, a school teacher, Did she need to start a business? Well, if you look at her schedule, no. But if you look at her life, absolutely. That's what I saw. I didn't see her full schedule. I saw a mom that needed to be home with her girls without even knowing her. Trinity had 3 jobs. 3 jobs. What I saw was she's a hard worker. I didn't see full play and prejudge her. The 5 women at my church in 2001 prejudged me. They sold Mary Kay. They didn't offer a facial, the product, or anything. They prejudged. So, of course, they were kicking themselves when I came in one Sunday morning, January 8th, and said, I'm a new beauty consultant. And they're like, oh, we thought you were too busy. We thought you liked your job. We thought you thought wrong. Don't assume anything. Stop not offering this to people because you're assuming that they are too busy, to this, to that. You are denying people their destiny, all right? But what you're really worried about is yourself. You're worried about hearing the word no. That is always going to happen. It's the nature of the beast. Cancellations, no-shows, no's. You're going to hear more no's than you are yeses. The no's will not kill you, but the yeses will rock your world. So get used to the word no. So not the right time. Give them a scenario. Not all the lights are always going to be green when you're going to Walmart, but you still go. There's not ever going to be a right time. The fact that this has been put before you now means that this is something that you need to pray about. All right, so I'm going to save my next topic for next week because I really want to dig into it. What really stops people? Because I think if you've been called to leadership and you have a heart for this opportunity, you're going to run across some people who hit some really real and raw brick walls. And you need to help them get over those, okay? Because they can. I mean, when you go to career conference, when you go to seminar, you hear some amazing heartfelt stories. And when you've heard enough of them, you're like, oh, you can do that. You can overcome that. Let me help you. And that's why it's so important that you show up at your company-sponsored events, that are unit-sponsored events. If you don't show up, you will not go up. I know I took up a lot of time, but Marianne, I want you to kind of plug in really quick if I missed anything. And Trinity, I want you to do as well. And then Hudson's here to do the drawing. He's like clockwork, get me? All right, Marianne, go ahead.
Okay, the only thing I would add is to the last one, talking about, now's not the right time. You can also ask them, do you feel like you were just as busy 6 months ago? And they'll probably say, yeah. I said, how about a year ago? And they'll say, yeah. Do you think you're probably going to be just as busy a year from now? Yeah. And so you point out that, that's never going to change, but you have this desire and you have this need and you can do it anyway. You just have to get started. I always use the analogy of school. People they start school and colleging and advanced education when they have a need. It doesn't matter what else is going on. They'll do whatever it takes to get those classes done because culturally that's what we've been taught. So if you just take that same discipline and that same mindset and apply it to this business that only takes 2 to 4 hours a week, in your spare time, you can be just as successful.
Very true. Thank you, Marianne. How about Trinity? How about you? You have anything to add?
Sorry, I had to see if I was muted. Okay. Yeah, my only thing that I was going to add was from the beginning of when you were talking and just talking about people are going to ask you, why Mary Kay? Why should I choose this business? Why should I choose this company? Whether you're selling or whether you're recruiting, they're going to ask you, what's the best thing about this? Why should I choose you over Unique? Why should I choose you over Beauty Control? Well, we know the answer to that, but you know what I mean? And so you have to be ready for that because that's going to happen and you have to know why. Why did you choose this business? And my favorite thing to tell people, literally at every single party, people will ask me, why should I buy your product? I can go to Sephora, I can go to Ulta, Well, first of all, we're half price, okay, of those brands, which is crazy. We're a lot cheaper. We've been around since 1963, which is crazy. We have so much trust built up in our company. People know that we have an amazing product. They know that they love it. Pretty much anybody that buys from you, you can go up to them and say, hey, what do you like from Mary Kay? And they can tell you their favorite products without even trying them because they've tried them before. And so they know that they love this product. We have a 100% buyback guarantee. You cannot find that everywhere. You really can't. You can't go into Sephora and say, hey, I tried this and I bought this a little while ago, but I just don't like it. I want to trade it for something, and do that over and over again because, that's just not how the world works. And so this company backs their products 100%, which is huge. Then on top of that, you're helping a consultant. You're not filling the pockets of a corporate, president, some man that nobody's ever going to know and is just a millionaire and just keep making him rich. You're helping someone pay for their kids' soccer, helping someone pay for their kids' school supplies. You're just helping a small town person. And so just be sure to be ready for those questions because people will ask you, why should I choose your company? Even on a recruiting standpoint, why should I choose Mary Kay? We make 50% of everything we sell. Holy cow, that's a lot of money. You know what I mean? Unique, Rachel, I don't know if she's on the call, but she's actually done Unique before Mary Kay. They make like 15%, guys, and it's put on a card. It's insane. So just be prepared for those questions because you will be asked, and it's really good to be ready for them and to know why this business is 10 times better than anything else out there.
Awesome. Okay, so that just gave me a new topic for next week. Can you guys hear me okay? The whole topic is going to be why Mary Kay, and we're going to go down as many companies that we can and give you the argument of why Mary Kay. Does that sound good? I love that. That way you are educated on everything. So here's the thing. This is something that I just learned, and we'll be finished, and then we'll do a drawing for the prize. Thank you guys for hanging on. I know we went 6 minutes over, and that is bothering me. All right. So when Mary Kay started Mary Kay on September 13, 1963, there were 300 direct sales companies at that time. There are only 3 of them left, and we're one of them. Did y'all know that? Pat yourselves on the back. So I'll find out the other 2 that are still around. I can pretty much probably guess, but yeah, we're here for the test of time. It's amazing. So next week is called Why Mary Kay, and it will be you're gonna get an earful, I promise. All right. So Marianne, do you have the list of consultants on? Right? You got it?
I do.
Okay, and you know who the numbers are that don't give out the names?
I do.
Perfect. You're so awesome at this. What's his number? 1 through what?
Oh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
1 through 12? Hudson, 1 through 12. 12. That's his baseball number. Who's number 12?
It's our I just gotta read you the number.
Okay.
Where did it go? 678-588-3610.
Okay, let me write that down. So 678-588-3610. You're the winner, so you need to let me know if you want a makeover mirror to add to your collection so you can put more faces on at the parties, or if you want jewelry. Okay, so Vox me. Thank you guys. This is recorded, and good night. Have a great week. Good night.